What up, guys? It's your man Cowboy coming to you live from the beautiful state of Georgia. So, just wanted to, put this out here today. For those of you who haven't seen the video I posted late last night, kind of explains my feelings on what's been going on here lately. Guys, it's becoming plain as day. Look at what's going on in Washington right this minute with the testifying and all that stuff going on in Congress, and you still don't believe that the Democrats are using racism and hate as a means to distract you from what's going on. Guys, stop paying attention to the rioting and the looting and the protests going on and start looking at what's going on in our nation's capital right this minute. And I think it'll open a lot of people's eyes. One thing I've been hearing the last several days and since this protest and all this stuff started is systematic racism. And guys, yes, I do believe systematic racism exists, but it's not on the side of the spectrum that you're accusing of systematic racism. It's not on the conservative side. It's on the Democratic side. And all it takes for you to understand this is to simply look at the communities full of poverty and full of no jobs and full of welfare and government assistance programs, and look who are running these states and these cities. And there's your answer right there, guys. You vote for the Democrats because we'll give you free. But where does that free stuff come from, guys? That's the point. No, a conservative or a Republican doesn't come out and say, I'm going to give you this, and this. They come out and tell you, I'm going to give you the opportunity to go get this, and this. And that's what it says. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It doesn't say life, liberty, and provided happiness. It says the pursuit of happiness, which means you're given the opportunity to go out and get the things in life you want. You talk about systematic racism, and I seen a video earlier that, it's the best explanation that this school in this community is poor and this school in this community is rich. That's right, it is, but look at the communities. Look who's running these communities. If a Republican come out today and went in to the ghettos of Chicago or Detroit or Atlanta or places where the African American black community is the majority and said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give these 10 manufacturers tax breaks to come in here and open businesses and to bring manufacturing and industry to this area, you would vote against him. Instead of taking that opportunity to vote, all because he's going to give a rich man a tax break to put the money that he's saving that he would have to pay in taxes back into the community as far as jobs and opportunities go. That's systematic racism, guys. Whether you want to hear it or not, it's like I've said in my other videos, just because it's not the truth you want doesn't mean it's not true. Start changing the way you vote, and let's see what happens. If you don't like it, you can always vote again in 2 to 4 years, guys. The same way we've been doing it. That's the beauty of a democracy. If that Republican comes in and says, hey, I'm going to do this, and this, and then doesn't do it, vote his ass out of office. But do the same thing to the Democrats that come in and say, I'm going to do this, and this, and never do it. Because, guys, the Democrats tell you, we're going to tax this major corporation. They're going to pay their fair share. What does that corporation do? When that Democrat starts piling on taxes and fees and this, that, and the other to afford all this free stuff they promised you, that company shuts its doors, packs up, and goes elsewhere. Now your community is left without jobs, left without income. Guys, when I say take responsibility for your own actions, that's what I'm talking about when I'm referring to these communities. And it's the black communities and the white communities and the Hispanic communities. Pay attention to who you're voting for. Pay attention to who's been running your city or your county or your state for all these years. And things have gotten no better. They've only gotten worse. And then tell me about systematic racism. But that's the truth you don't want to hear. Because unfortunately, from my outside view looking in, no guys, I'm not black. I'm never going to be black. I've said it before. I don't know what it's like to be a black man in America. But what do you do in your relationship, your marriage, if things start going south and you and your spouse can't fix it? You either get a divorce or you go to an outside presence, a pastor, a therapist, somebody to try to help you. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what this is. That's what a lot of conservatives are doing, is trying to give you an outsider's perspective of what we see. So guys, maybe instead of arguing and calling me a racist, because I'm actually trying in my mind and the way I'm thinking, trying to help you, listen. Listen to the black conservatives. Instead of calling them an Uncle Tom or an Oreo or a race trader, try to listen to what they're telling you, guys. Listen for a change instead of arguing. That's what you tell us all the time, is we need to listen instead of arguing. But when I say it to you, I'm a racist. Think about it, guys. You're smarter than this, and we know you are. God bless and have a great day.